Hey everyone, I was just rewatching my last video, and I wanted to touch on another point that kind of goes with it, the phrasing in society video, and, what I wanted to touch on is how nowadays, in relationships especially, how once somebody gets bored with someone, or the spark disappears, or, they're not quite grown up enough yet to be in a committed relationship, and they still want to, screw around. I just wanted to say that, when it comes to people in relationships, if you get bored, don't just throw it out and go look for something new. Sit down and talk to the person first, see if you can't bring that spark back. See if you guys can't get back to a better place in time, sometimes you gotta do extreme stuff to make it work, but you make it work, right? I know couples who, for example, they moved in together too soon. And after a year or two of living together, they couldn't make it work because they weren't ready. Living together with another person is something you have to work up to. And when you get thrown into a situation where you move in with them too soon for whatever reason it might be, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, And my eyebrow looks really weird, sorry. My eyebrows are so weird, they need, TLC. Anyway, when people get bored with something and then they go and throw it out for something new, that's just not cool. Okay? You sit down and talk with your partner first, because when you start a partnership with somebody, when you start a relationship with somebody, you have to talk to them. You have to communicate with them. You have to be honest with them. You can't just be like, well, bored with this one, on to the next one. No. Don't go behind their back and, cheat and screw around. Don't do that. Don't ignore them. Don't ignore the problem. And, don't hurt them. They don't deserve it. They don't know. If you don't talk to them, how are they supposed to know what's going on with you? If you don't speak to them, if you don't say something, how are they supposed to know? Nobody's a mind reader. Stop expecting them to be. Okay? If you're bored, speak up. If you have a problem in the relationship, say something. Don't just go looking for something new. That's a really bad habit that people in relationships have nowadays. Younger and a little bit older too. People in their 20s and 30s, it's just make things work. Okay? You fix things. You don't constantly replace them. Try to make it work. Try to fix it. At least put in the effort to try and fix it, That's all I'm saying. Don't just sweep it under the rug and ignore it and move on to something new and exciting again. Try to make it exciting again with the person you're already with. If you see a future with them, don't let go of that. If you want a future with them, do everything you can to fight for that. That's all I'm saying. Don't be like 1 minute, don't be like, oh, I see a future with you, and the next minute be like, oh, well, I'm kind of bored, so I might break up with you, but I'm not sure yet. Your actions speak very loudly. Just keep that in mind. So, just a point I wanted to make today that was on my mind. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.